in the stories that we tell that people begin to believe that somehow Africans are living in the Wild West. And if I put my money in Africa, I will not be able to get it back. It is in the stories that we tell. And those stories you can begin to change. But you can also begin to do something else. You can also begin to hold governments to account to make sure that there's transparency. Because some of these beliefs are not unfounded. Some of them reflect the reality in the countries up and down this continent. And it is up to you as civil society to say, hey, people are not able to access capital today because the perceptions of risk are too high. And you have a responsibility to correct that. Now, we've seen a lot of progress on that in Rwanda. Many people believe Rwanda is a good investment destination, and that is good. That is because of the accountability standards here, but that is also because of the stories that we tell in Rwanda. And you can be part of it. By being part of it, you are helping the people up and down this continent. We need to change the perceptions of risk that encompass this continent. The second thing we need to change is we tend to speak of Africa as if it's one country. When something happens in Niger, people assume that there are coups happening across the country called Africa. And therefore, capital runs away. When something happens in Sudan, people assume that it's also happening in South Sudan. And it's also happening in Rwanda, it's also happening everywhere. Because we tend to speak of Africa as if it's one country. We don't do the same thing when we speak of India, when we speak of Sweden, when we speak of even smaller countries. We tend to speak of them in their individual capacity, and we tend to assess their risk in their individual capacity. So why then do we allow people to speak of Africa as if it's one country? That again must change. The third thing that we must change is we need to start asking our students, our universities, our centers of excellence to start solving the problems for Africa. When I drive to rural Rwanda today, when I was driving to Ngoma, I'm often disappointed and disheartened because the houses I found in Mugesera are built the same way we built houses 100 years ago. And our ancestors built houses 100 years ago. Now, it's not because the people in Mugesera want to live in houses that are like that. It's because our centers of excellence have not designed a house that is affordable within those settings. So it is much cheaper for people in Mugesera to go and find poles from our forests and use mud and something else to build a house that is very small, that has less dignity. Now, this is not just a story of Mugesera. You'll find it in Zambia, Zimbabwe, across the continent. Why do we as Africans allow that? That is something that civil society must reject. And we must make sure that our centers of excellence are solving these problems for Africa. We do have the solutions. It's just that we are looking at solving problems for someone else and are not looking at our people. If you are not at the table, you are on the menu. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Max. We are happy that we are on the table. We are not on the menu. So, dear our partners, The reasons why we chose UNDP and CARE, know that Helen, hope, yeah, the current director of CARE has also been part and parcel of supporting us in having this strategic plan. But the reasons to why we had UNDP and CARE, I mentioned it, that a partner is someone who is with you irrespective of the situation. When I had been elected as the chairperson of the Rwanda Civil Society platform, people had different perceptions. And it is always okay to have those perceptions. But what proves you wrong or correct is if you conform to those perceptions. So the perceptions which are there, they used to say that the platform weak, that the platform was weak. Two, I also read, due to the partnerships, I won't mention the institution, so I read one of their annual reports where they said that the platform is there to squeeze the voices of other civil society organizations. So before Mr. Forde left, I and Angelique, we had a meeting with him, and I told him, RC, why do development partners think that civil society platform is there to squeeze the space of other civil society organizations? So he told me, Joseph, you know what? You should try and reach out to each and every partner, explain what platform does, and even ask them why they have those perceptions. So we had a week seeking appointments. And by the way, Angelique's leadership proves that women can lead better than men. No, I'm already convinced. So through those interactions and her skills, those negative perceptions have faded. So we take this opportunity to recognize the trust that you've entrusted in the civil society platform. So allow me to share with you the presentation of the achievements that the platform has been able to accomplish with your support. So we hope that these achievements will be the foundation for the next 5 years. Thank you. No, you should be holding some glasses as we wait for the IT guys to.
Every society deserves a voice of reason. In Rwanda, every citizen is entitled to enjoy the rights and freedoms as stipulated in Chapter 4 of the Rwandan Constitution. In this regard, the Rwanda Civil Society Platform is an apex membership organization with 12 umbrella civil society organizations boasting 600 plus affiliate CSOs. The vision of RCSP is to be an effective platform for safeguarding public interests and sustainable development.
We work as a coordinating entity and representation. We also represent them at the national level with the government institutions. We also work with them on advocacy issues where we link them with the line ministries, and we also do capacity strengthening for them.
Inshingano ya mbere ni ukora ubuvugizi bw'ibibazo byagaragaye muri societe, kubera ko imiryango myinshi ikorana n'abaturage umunsi ku wundi. So iyo hari ibibazo byagaragaye cyangwa imbogamizi cyangwa na politiki yose ya leta ishobora kuba ikeneye kunozwa kugira ngo ibibazo by'abaturage bibashe gukemuka, platform ikora ubwo buvugizi.
The establishment of this platform has produced a strategic dialogue and consultative atmosphere, hence effective representation, advocacy, contributing of numerous national issues and policies affecting the population.
The Rwanda Civil Society Platform, like any other alliance or network, brings together networks, brings together alliances that are thematically focused within the civil society. And it is structured in such a way that the alliance members, the platform members, are those networks at national level.
Iyi gahunda y'imyaka 7 irangiye NST1 twarayitangiranye, tuyikoraho analyse, isuzuma uko iteye, tukavuga tutese intego zinizi zifitiye akamaro societe civile cyangwa zifitiye akamaro abanyarwanda. Iyo nyigo twayikoranye na Rwanda Civil Society Platform, tumaze kuyikora tutanga ibitekerezo.
Ko Profam ari umunyamuryango wa platform bifite agaciro kuko bifasha Profam ndetse n'indi miryango bahurira muri platform kugira ngo bahuze imbaraga iyo bigeze mu buvugizi, kubera yuko umushingano societe civile harimo ubuvugizi, hari n'ibikorwa bitandukanye twungukiramo, yaba ari amahugurwa, yaba ari kongera ubushobozi, haba ari kumuza miryango ubwayo ndetse n'imiryango yigize.
Urebye kuva jenoside yakorewe abatutsi yahagarikwa nyuma yayo gatoya, wasangaga kwibuka ari ibintu biharirwa abarokotse jenoside gusa n'inzego z'ubuyobozi bwite bwa leta. Bimwe mu byo twari dukeneye nuko bigenda bitera intambwe, bigenda biba iby'abantu bose, abantu bose bakitabira iki gikorwa cyo kwibuka, abantu bose aho bakorera bakumva ko kwibuka ari inshingano zabo, bakumva ko kurwanya jenoside n'ingengabitekerezo yayo bibareba.
Byabaye kuri twebwe amahirwe yo kumenya aho twanyura kugira ngo umuryango udaheza binyure no muri miryango itari ya leta. Icyo ni kimwe. Icya kabiri ariko byabaye n'uburyo bwo kureba ngo mbese y'amasezerano mpuzamahanga ku burenganzira bw'abantu bafite ubumuga iyo miryango yo irayumva.
Today, in close collaboration with members, the platform became a framework of exchange, thereby strengthening solidarity, thus adding value to their respective areas of representation, notably health, human rights, disability mainstreaming, children rights, youth rights, environment and climate change.
We appreciate the working condition of the Rwanda Civil Society Platform, especially in gathering the members, its members, and also the strengthening of capacities of their members. It happens that sometimes they call the organization to send some people to train them on some technical approaches to be used in advocacy.
Kuba muri iri huriro icyo twabonye nuko twumvise umurongo twanyuramo kugira ngo niyo miryango igire ibyo ikora ariko bidaheza abantu bafite ubumuga. Cyambere ko kubanza kuyibona nanone kuba hamwe kugira ngo tunumve umurongo n'umujyo bakoreramo ibikorwa byabo mu iterambere ry'igihugu no gufasha abaturage, ariko noneho akabaho no gufasha navuga bafite intege nke.
When people come together, work together, we achieve a lot of results than one single organization working in its own corner. And sometimes it also can prevent or avoid some duplication, because sometimes when you are working alone, you work on your own area, you don't know what others are doing.
It's critical to mention that even though the overall agenda of most civil society organizations is to constantly deliver realistic change for the people, there are still some challenges on the way.
Imbogamizi ya mbere navuga ku miryango itari ya leta ni imbogamizi ijyanye n'uburyo bwa mikoro, amafaranga yo gukoresha ibikorwa bitandukanye mu kuzuza za nshingano impuzamiryango iba yariyemeje. Aha ndabisobanura ko imiryango itari ya leta nta mafaranga ibona ya leta, ni ukuvuga amafaranga ikoresha ni amafaranga ava mu materankunga. Ibyo rero birumvikana ko iyo usaba urasaba ugahabwa cyangwa ntuhabwe.
Organizations mainly we live on resource mobilizations. We live on interventions that needs enough resources.
Ingorane zihari uyu munsi nuko ihuriro ntiriragira ubushobozi bw'amafaranga, ubushobozi bw'abakozi bahagije cyane cyane mu mubare ku buryo bashobora gushyigikira impuzamiryango zigize platform.
Challenges are always there and they will be always there, but for me, I see them as opportunities. Information sharing and capacity building are fundamental tools to effectively deliver to our mandates. It is in that regard that we are also launching a digital hub named Huriro, which is a platform aimed to facilitate information sharing among CSOs and also encourage them to collaborate and also to share knowledge and to have all the resources that we've been giving them since we started doing capacity strengthening. It will be where they meet and discuss on advocacy issues. All of our core mandates will be in one place where they can find all the tools they need in their daily work in their organizations.
On this table of collaboration and networking of local civil society organizations, members have not only amplified the voice of the voiceless, but they have also seen tangible benefits emerging.
Hari byinshi byakozwe binyuze mu banyamuryango, urubyiruko rwahawe ubumenyi ku bintu bijyanye n'imyuga, hari ubuvugizi bwakozwe ku bana batewe inda zateganyijwe teen mothers, kandi bigera ku rwego kubafata ibyemezo barabafasha. Hari ubumenyi bwagiye buhabwa urubyiruko rw'ingero zitandukanye.
Sometimes we come together with the Rwanda Civil Society to conduct advocacy. Recently I can mention some few examples, like the law on taxation. Law on taxation does not only affect our constituency, because it affects everyone. But with the advocacy that was conducted on taxation, for example, we all the citizens benefited from it.
We have decided to make a policy paper that has been sent to the Minister of Education that was talking about how we should propose to the government to increase the salary of teachers around 20%. But at the end, it was like in December, if I remember well, December 2021. After 6 months, that decision have been taken on increase of more than 80% of the teacher. I think this is one of the advocates that have been also a success.
Iyo duhuye menya profam ibyiri mu gukora, nkamenya aho bishobora guhurira n'inyungu z'abarokotse jenoside, nkegera profame Krado, menya imishinga ifite irengera abana, nkibuka yuko dufite abana bafite imanza, bafite ibintu na biriya. Kubera platform tukagira inyungu dukura muri Krado, tukagira inyungu dukura muri society, gutyo bigenda bidufasha guhuza imbaraga nk'imiryango nyarwanda itari ya leta.
Putting together efforts, working together, ensuring that we continue sharing information, ensuring that we continue sharing the capacities, the different capacities that we have, so that what I know can benefit others and what others know can benefit us equally is very important, and performance on certain issues.
Working together as civil society organization, I say that it's an opportunity for synergizing effort. That synergy might extend their roots through resource mobilization, where we work together with other different organization members of civil society platform to mobilize funds.
Burya mu muco wacu dukunda kwishimira ibintu bifatika, ariko impinduka zabaye mu mitekerereze n'imyumvire akenshi ntituziha agaciro. Ngira ngo nabihereyeho kugira ngo twumve ya miryango duhuriye hamwe ikora iki, ikora ite, uruhare rwayo ni uruhe. Ibyo hari imyumvire yacu bihindura.
Nicyo mbere nashimira abanyamuryango kubera ko ibi dukora nuko tuba dufatanyije, kandi kuba twese twumva ko uwo dukorera ni umuturage. Nakwifuza ko abanyamuryango bakomeza gufatanya na platform, bakumva ko platform ari iyabo, bakumva ko bakwiriye kuba part and parcel y'ibikorwa muri platform. Yeah, hope you enjoyed some. In 2020, we had 9 members of the platform, but today we have, as I said, 14 umbrella organizations. So that has increased the membership, and we hope that the platform will keep providing that space. So those achievements that the members have highlighted, we've been able to achieve them due to the committed staff at the platform. When we joined, the platform, I think, had 4 staff, and now we have 9 staff. Addition to that, achievements are achieved if there is teamwork and there is proper strategic direction. So amidst you, we do have the Vice Chair, Dr. Emmanuel. Other board members didn't manage to it. The board has been instrumental in providing guidance towards the Secretariat. And because of that teamwork, we've been able to achieve the testimonies that you've been able to hear from the members. So allow me to invite the ES to present to us the next 5-year strategic plan. Thank you.
Hello everyone. Yes, I am Angelique Cabeza, the Executive Secretary, and I would like to thank my team first at Rwanda Civil Society Platform. I couldn't do this myself, and invite you all myself, so I really want to thank them. Yeah. As Malin said in her speech, this strategic plan from next year to 2028. We don't want it to get dusty in our cupboard, in our offices. That's why we have made it actionable and very concise and precise for us to implement it. And as you know, the Rwanda Civil Society Platform is an Apex coordination and representation organization. So I was telling my colleague here, Gaudence, that I cannot have the same staff as she has. Me, I have fewer staff because we are at the coordinating level, but her, she goes at the implementing level. She has a lot of project coordinators, a lot of staff, so I cannot have the same staff as her. So mine, as we are 9, we are enough. Maybe 2 more, but I cannot have the same staff like her as a coordinating entity. I would like to start showing you only our 3 pillars. We only do capacity strengthening, coordination, representation, partnership, and capacity strengthening and advocacy. Only those 3 pillars. Those are the 3 pillars that we work with. Yes, so I think you can now follow my voice. Yeah. So in those 3 pillars, the capacity building, advocacy, and coordination, representation. So those 3 pillars, we do them with our members. Our umbrella members, they also do the same, but for their constituencies. So for that, I would like you to go into these books. They're the same as the presentation, for you to go with me. As I was telling you, capacity strengthening is one of our core mandate. As you can see, we cannot do this work without having the skills needed to complete our work. So we do capacity strengthening first internally for our staff at the platform level, and then we do capacity strengthening for our members, the umbrellas. And then in turn, they also do capacity strengthening for their members. The constituencies of our umbrellas. So that's a 3-way down: the platform, the umbrella, and then their constituencies. We also do advocacy and policy influence. You have heard our achievements, some of our advocacy issues that we raised to the government, and they were addressed. We also go with the strategic areas of our national agenda. Yes, our strategic framework is around our vision and our mission. Our vision is to be an effective platform for safeguarding public interest and sustainable development. That's where we want to aim. We want to become that platform, and I bet even today we are, but we want to reach far and to become the third. The third cornerstone of the government, the development of the country. There is the government, the private sector, civil society. Also, I want the civil society to be the third stove. That's what I can say. And also our mission to act as a framework of coordination, knowledge exchange, promoting synergy among its members, and strengthening their capacity to be impactful at national level, regional, and international. As any other institution, we have strengths that we are proud of. We also have weaknesses that we are working tirelessly to remove. We have a very clear RCSP mission. We also have a legal status in the country. RGB recognizes us, and other government institutions. We also have recognized members at the national and regional and international levels. We have members that have branches in other countries. We are also legitimate and credible in the eyes of the government, our members, and Rwandan CSOs at large, and also development partners. Even at the global level, our strategic linkages and partnerships locally, nationally, and globally are well known and recognized, but also there is weaknesses. because of the low adaptation of the overall changing environment. As you all know, we are heading towards a changing environment, a changing world that everything we are adapting. We're still on a low side of that. There is also limited collaboration and cooperation with other members, especially that there is new CSOs that comes up, and there are olders, so we need to bridge the gap. Limited capacity to coordinate members and affiliate CSOs, low branding, visibility, and documentation of CSOs' success stories. What I can tell you is CSOs here in Rwanda, we do a lot, but there is still that visibility of those achievements that we do. There is also limited financial sustainability. As the platform, we would like to keep standing strong, even though some funding can end, funders can choose other strategic way to go, but the platform, we want it to last long, not relying so much on, yes, yeah. The next step. Yes, for our theory of change, as you know, theory of change is not constant. This is what we are aiming for now today, but with time goes on, in these 5 years, we will need to adapt and go with the changing environment. The first thing we want to change is to make sure that our internal organizational and institutional capacity is strengthened, and then that our members' capacities is enhanced, because they cannot perform without capacity. Strengthened coordination and presentation framework. We have to be strong in coordination, and also evidence-based advocacy is strengthened. Our advocacy work that we do require facts. As you know, our government, as the chair was saying, our government is always ahead. And for us to convince them and show them that the advocacy issues is really tangible, we have to give them tangible facts. The fifth one, is our strategic partnership is also strengthened. This gala here is one of our ways to strengthen our partnership. You being here, we thank you so much that you are the ones that we are starting this journey together. And then the CSOs actively participate and meaningfully contribute to policy formulation, implementation, and monitoring. And then if we are able to achieve those 6 actions that I just told you the previous slide, we will be able to be now an effective platform for safeguarding public interest and sustainable development. By strengthening capacities of our members, by also strengthening our internal capacity, and then also to have an enhanced coordination, and also be able to do an advocacy that is evidence-based. Thank you, Andrew. This is our strategic plan logical framework. You will see it in the book. Our priority area, the first one is capacity strengthening. We also have the second one, coordination, representation, and partnership. The third one is advocacy and policy influence. Those 3 areas, they have their outcome. I would like for you to understand that all those 3 areas I talked about earlier, they have their actions that will go with them, so that we know we will be able to monitor it well, because we have actionable outcomes, and they will also have those outcomes, will also have their output, their input, and everything, so that we'll be able to assess ourselves after 2 years of this. As I was saying, there is monitoring. monitoring, evaluation, and learning framework. As a coordination entity, this is our main area because we have to do the monitoring and evaluation of our members, including also the learning part, because we cannot stay in one place without learning. There is new tools coming up. There is always new things to learn. So we monitor ourselves, we do evaluations, and then we learn more about our work around civil society organizations. We will be able to do the evaluation and evaluate our performance throughout these years, the 5 years to come, so that we know if that theory of change is working for us, and then maybe update it or adapt it. These are the mechanisms that we will use to assess ourselves or to do the money framework. We will be doing annual assessment, and you will be part of it. We will do midterm review and inline evaluation, as we've done also for the last 5 years. Andrew, please. Yes, without forgetting our members, we have 12 here, but recently we have we brought on board 2 more umbrellas that will be working with them since from January. I would like to thank them from the bottom of my heart. They've been with us this whole 5 years. The skills that they got from our donors here, from UNDP, from the Belgium embassy, it was very paramount importance for all our members and their staff and their constituencies. For us to be able to start this new strategy, I really thank them because they gave us a lot of inputs in this strategy. And I would like also to end by thanking our partners who enable us to do this strategy and also to bring you here. I would like to thank Malin, Trokea, and Hela from CARE International. This work that we do, civil society organizations, colleagues here, you know it, how we do it. This work that we do always needs to come out of your box and go out and talk to everyone and then be able to achieve all of this. Yeah. So this is an advice that I would like to give my colleagues from civil society organizations, so that we cannot stay in our bubble. We just need to go on the table and not stay in the menu. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, Angelique, for the presentation. Someone just whispered to me that you've shared with us the plan, but you haven't given us the budget. And we did it intentionally. You know, when you invite guests like you might think that these people want to fundraise. But we wanted to discuss and show you our vision. I think this is a summary, but we shall share the entire strategic plan so that you can join us in achieving that vision. So we never wanted to people to think that we are more interested in having the budget, but we wanted to make sure that we join forces in contributing to the dream. So allow me to invite our guest of honor, the Secretary General, as the Rwanda Governance Board, Mr. Karis Edward, to have the closing remarks.
I agree with Dr. Joseph that money follows the plan. If you don't have the plan, don't expect to have the money. So thank you very much, Rwanda Civil Society Platform, for that. Excellencies, ambassadors here present, the UNDP resident representative, the chairperson of Rwanda Civil Society Platform, the heads of institutions, both international, is visible to everyone. You must be proud of yourselves. We also want to commend the government of Rwanda for the support to strengthen the capacity not only of Rwanda Civil Society Platform, but also of its member organizations. I think the chairperson has already alluded to the partnership we've had with UNDP, of all you partners, for supporting the capacity building of Rwanda Civil Society Platform and their members up to this point. I also want to take this opportunity to thank those that have supported Rwanda Civil Society Platform to put together this document that we have witnessed today. Thank you to CARE, thank you CARE, and thank you others who have supported in one way or another. We congratulate the Rwanda Civil Society Platform for this milestone, and we look forward to partnering with you in the implementation of your new strategic plan. The partnership that exists between RGB and Rwanda Civil Society Platform will continue even as we embark on the implementation of your new strategic plan to empower your members so as to deliver on our Vision 2050 aspirations and sustainable development goals. I urge Rwanda Civil Society Platform and its member organizations to ensure that their interventions prioritize the needs and the interests of the most vulnerable. We are here to serve the people. If we don't take into consideration what they are going through, then I think the other part that the chairperson talked about of the civil aspect will miss out. You will see the society without the civil. So I recommend you to continue enhancing accountability, inclusiveness, and ensure meaningful participation of those that we serve. If we do whatever we do without their participation, I don't think that what we are doing will be sustainable. So to ensure sustainability, we have to make sure that this strategic plan, as we have always been. Thank you for the strategic plan, as we have always been. Thank you very much. I wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, our guest of honor. The beauty of being an MC is that you are the only person who speaks after the guest of honor. So thank you for blessing our event. We've at least tried to manage time, and we've come to the end of the official function. So the next function is to share some drinks and network, get to know what Haguruka does, share your your impact with our partners. As the SG says, we shall share the plan, and we shall keep the discussion and see how we can try to join efforts so that we can contribute towards the prosperity of our citizens. So thanks a lot, and we are very honored for the trust. You wouldn't have been here if you didn't have that trust in the platform. So we look forward for the continuous collaboration. So thanks a lot, and I wish you the best. So, so, so feel free to. I know that some were taking some soft drinks. It's not yet 9. So the traffic. Yeah. Thank you.